Are you serious? Are you serious? This is a prophecy alert. A prophecy alert. What? Locusts in Egypt. Oh, I know you've heard of this, but it's happening right now, and it's happening on an unprecedented scale. It's a locust swarm of biblical proportion, and it's all along the coast of Egypt. It's in Saudi Arabia. Now, locusts earlier this year swarmed Mecca. Are you serious? Mecca? But it hasn't stopped. And as it continues to eat everything in its path, it's invaded the Holy Land. And now we have to look at the biblical ramifications of prophecy. First of all, the report is that there was a heavy rains earlier in October has triggered two very enormous breeding seasons for locusts, leading to substantial increase in the locust population. And so those locusts have to go somewhere to eat. Now, the next 3 months will be crucial and critical even in bringing the locust situation under control, if it can be brought under control. This is a plague of locusts like we haven't seen since the days of the Bible. And if they can't control it, it may actually be a sign. And I'm going to say, I believe it is. We're still in the 70th year, guys, of Israel as a nation. We've had the birth. First of all, we had the blood moon over Jerusalem, July 27, 2018. How about this? President Trump declared Jerusalem the capital of Israel and moved the embassy there on the 70th anniversary of Israel being a nation, May 14, 2018. Then you have the longest blood moon of the century over Jerusalem, July 27, 2018. A month later, the red heifer is born. We haven't had the perfect red heifer in 2,000 years. It's born. It's ready. It's been approved and sanctioned by the Sanhedrin court. Then there's the dedication of the stone altar that will be used in the third temple. And they've even laid the foundation of the high priest's dwelling place over by the Kotel there next to the western wall near the Temple Mount. There's the closing of the Temple Mount gate that's creating friction right now. There's the talk of the Middle East peace plan that Jared Kushner and President Donald Trump are going to bring forward in the next few days, just after the election on April 9th. And then you have the super blood wolf moon over Washington, D.C. Are you serious? What? A super blood moon over Washington on the festival of the trees, including the fig tree. And everyone knows that the fig tree generation would be in the first 70 years of Israel being a nation. Now we have a plague of locusts, not only invading Mecca, but invading Egypt. What does the Bible say about all this? Are you serious? I believe you're just about ready to see the building of the third temple soon. I think these are the signs of the last days. What has been will be, what will be has been. Remember what it says in the Bible? In the book of Exodus, the Bible says that God told Moses in Exodus chapter 9, verse 23, said, I want you to stretch forth your rod toward heaven and I will send thunder and hail. He did. And the fire ran along the ground, and the Lord rained hail upon the land of Egypt. And there were hail and fire mingled with hail, very grievous, such as was not like anyone had ever seen in Egypt since it became a nation. And the hail smote throughout the land of Egypt. Now, guys, I'm sitting here in San Diego, California yesterday, and it hails 4 times. And it's not a storm. It's not a hailstorm. It's not a thunderstorm. It's San Diego, California. Sunny Southern California. You don't get 4 hail. 4 times it doesn't rain hail down from heaven here. Are you serious? And I'm sitting here and I said, Lord, what's going on? He said, you better go look at what I'm trying to show you. So I go to the Bible and I find the plague of the hail. And he says, what's the next plague? And I turn and I said, it's locusts. He said, read it. So go with me to Exodus chapter 10, verse 12. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand over the land of Egypt for the locusts, that they may come up upon the land of Egypt and eat every herb in the land that is left from the hail. Something biblical is going on here, folks, with the signs of the second coming of Christ, and that includes the return of the plagues of Egypt. And remember, Planet X, Nibiru, has something to do with the signs of these hailstorms, and they seem to be increasing all over the globe. So we see catastrophic, cataclysmic, apocalyptic events taking place on a biblical scale, and we see hail, and now locust. And we're coming ever closer to that Middle East peace deal and the building of the third temple and all the nations that surrounding Israel right now are the very same nations. Iran, Turkey, Russia, and some of the others. They're all going to be a part of that invasion of battle of Gog and Magog, Ezekiel 38 and 39. Iran is literally quoting the scriptures from Psalms 83. The signs are everywhere. You're still in the 70th year. What I'm trying to say is, look at all of these signs. Even snakes came out of the Western Wall last summer. Snakes, which was a sign to a lot of the Jews. You know, the Greek, they look after, the Apostle Paul even wrote that the Greeks, they look for wisdom and Jews look for a sign. God's even sending signs to the Jewish people. And not including the fact he's sending signs to everybody. Matthew 24 tells us there'll be wars and rumors of wars. Look at South America right now. Kim Jong-un, don't forget that. Russia, yesterday, Putin threatening America. What? I mean, the locusts are here. The plague of locusts are here. The plague of locusts is here. Doomsday is just around the corner if you're not saved. Now, if you're saved, you haven't got anything to fear, okay? Because the Lord's coming to get us. But you're getting ready to see this third temple built. Folks, the plagues, all these signs are telling you that they're getting ready to build it. And the coming of the Messiah is soon. Are you going to be ready to meet him? I'll be back with more in just a moment. Locust.